A few days ago, I was scrolling through my phone's gallery and I stumbled on a video from a few years with me in a new city, wide eyed, full of excitement. And I just wonder where that feeling went. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Isabella. And on this channel, I talk about living the best life that you possibly can today so that your future self can say thank you. Recently, I've noticed more and more that novelty as we used to know it no longer exists. And hence, nothing feels exciting anymore. This feeling is not about sadness, nor is it about everyday activities that might bring up stress. It's just like someone has dimmed the lights on excitement. It's like everything I see, I've already seen before. I get this feeling like this has already happened before, or I've seen this 100 times. I don't know about you, but this bothers me quite a bit. And if it bothers you as well, please let me know. Give me a shout out in the comments below. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 main things: overstimulation of our brains, emotional contrast, too many choices, and finally, nostalgia. And then I'm going to be talking about things that I think we could do to bring back the excitement. We now live in a world where almost everything seems possible and within our reach, but yet it feels flat. People just put on fake faces and fake smiles and fake feelings of excitement, these huge bubbly faces showing excitement at a place that they're visiting, or fashion and home decor. But deep inside, they know, just like I know, that it is not all rosy and glamorous and well. Our brains are wired to seek novelty. Without curiosity, we wouldn't have so many wonderful creations like art and music and dance and the internet. But now the main issue that we are going through is not a lack of novelty in a sense of innovation, but it's the pace at which it's coming at us. It is everywhere and it is overstimulating our brains. We are overstimulated by what we see every day, what happens around us, by consumer products. The fact that there are so many things around means that even real and meaningful experiences start to feel a bit dull. Like you've done this a million times already before. That kind of dullness. I remember growing up in the 90s, the pure joy of discovering a new movie for the first time, or the pure satisfaction of finally seeing the sequel to a movie after waiting so many years and so many months, with so much anticipation. That joy isn't there anymore, because as soon as you're done with one, you can access another one immediately. And even though we are adults and we like to think that we are mature and we are in control of our actions, deep down inside us, we are still babies. We are just mature babies or older babies. I'm going to give you an example. With a kid, they don't know when to stop having fun. If you leave a child playing a game, or if they're eating something, one of their favorite meals, they will not stop until they've had their fill or until you've taken them away from that situation. And that's what we are inherently. So that when we find that moment or that thing that brings a lot of enjoyment and excitement to us, if it is available, if it is in front of us, maybe like this bowl of popcorn, we're gonna keep going either until it's finished or until we'll feel physically sick, right? That was good. The fact that there are so many options out there and it is unlimited and it's easy to get actually makes things worse for us, makes our brains less satisfied, and we just want more and more and more. It's the same thing we see with billionaires, right? They have all the money in the world, but they don't stop trying to make money. They continue making money over and over again. That's just our brain. That's how our brains are wired, right? When there's pleasure, the brain wants more, the body wants more. Emotional contrast is the ability to tell the difference between when you are high and when you're low, or when you're in between. Nowadays, the lines are very blurry. We don't know where a high starts and where a low ends. We don't know anymore what it feels like to be bored and what it feels like to actually get out of boredom and get excited, because most of us are in a constant high. Think about it. When was the last time you felt really bored without reaching for your phone? When was the last time you were able to wait patiently without trying to look for a game to play on your phone, scrolling through social media? When was the last time you were able to just focus on one activity without trying to multitask? I can answer that question for myself long time ago, months and months ago. I'm one person who used to pride myself on being able to multitask. I used to think it was like a superpower, but now my brain is protesting. My brain doesn't want to multitask anymore. I don't know if it has anything to do with the age or just with that feeling that I'm getting right now, because like I said, I feel tired and I feel like I'm not as excited as I know I should be. Picking up a book and reading a book, and I'm thinking at the same time, oh, I have to make pasta, or I'm watching a series on Netflix, and at the same time I'm scrolling through my phone and listening to the series at the same time. Like, how can I truly say that I have seen that movie or series and that I have enjoyed it or I have learned something from it if I wasn't concentrating on what I was doing? Half the time I can't even remember most of what I watched. I just know that I've seen it, but I can't remember, right? And I feel really sad because I consider myself to be a deep person, a deep feeler. And I feel that things are missing. I feel like there's a blank. And I know why, right? I know why. And that's why I'm making this video, because I needed to get this off my chest. And I needed to also come to terms with this feeling and with the way forward. So the fact that we don't give our mind the space to breathe anymore, the fact that we don't give our minds any chance to just be still and just be, is affecting us in ways that we cannot imagine. Right now it's just about the instant high, but we don't think about what that could do to our mental health or to our brains in the future when you are old and gray, right? I am so scared of getting dementia because I see it. I have a family member with dementia at the moment, and there is scientific proof that brain rot can lead to dementia or Alzheimer's. If you are not treating your brain right, how do you expect it to reward you in any shape or form? It's just like with your body. If you're not putting the right nutrients into your body, then your body is going to break down. Your body's not going to work for you. It looks like we have more choice than ever, when in reality it's just the same shit packaged in a different shiny wrapper. And I get so fed up. I feel like a zombie when I'm going through videos or photos and they're just the same thing. You know, the algorithm works in a mysterious but very obvious way. It's just there to hook your attention. Let's take music as another example. When you go onto Spotify, it's not like it used to be in the past. I remember when I used to enjoy my CD collections. I had CDs, yes, okay. I'm that old. I'm old enough to have CDs. So I had my CD collection and they were precious. I treated them with so much care. I still have them, by the way, but I don't listen to them anymore. But they were really special. And each time I put a record in to listen to, it was for a specific purpose, right? That is missing today. It's so easy. You go onto Spotify, boom, you click on a playlist and you can listen to whatever the algorithm throws at your way forever and ever. Or maybe you can create your own playlist as well. Yeah, but you don't even own that piece of music. You're kind of borrowing it. It's not special. Everybody else is sharing it. We have all of these options being thrown at us, but we are being controlled to more or less be the same, to more or less have the same taste, to more or less just, it's like a robot society. That's how I see it. It's like everyone's just like either going this way or going that way, but individuality is missing. And that's what makes it special. That's what brings that excitement, that I can be interested in this. I don't have to be influenced into it. I can just discover it by myself. I can just discover it on my own. It's so frustrating. When I think of it, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. When I think of it, 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 it's so Nostalgia is that longing and that feeling for the past or for the way things used to be. Maybe we think that things are bad now or that things were just better back in the days. In reality, I don't think that things were better back in the days. There have been lots of progress for sure that I am benefiting from. What I miss more when I think about nostalgia is that feeling in that moment. The feeling I had when I went to Turkey and I was just discovering the country, the wild country. On a road trip, I was able to discover places that most people wouldn't, most people haven't. And those were the special moments for me. So they weren't Instagram worthy moments, they weren't popular places, but they were really special to me because those were the moments of discovery for me. I was really able to explore and learn something useful, something tangible, something that I can relate to my grandchildren, that can really portray the essence of the place that I was visiting, something that had nothing to do with being influenced to visit. And that is the feeling that I miss. That's the feeling that we miss when we have nostalgia. So if you're also a 90s, 80s kid, you're most likely going to be comparing how you grew up with how the young people grow up now. I mean, look at kids. They know how to operate a telephone even from the womb nowadays. It's a great thing. It's fantastic. But then I see that they have all of the information all at once. And so where is the joy in novelty for them? I feel so sorry for the children. Some parents are trying to keep the kids away from this bombardment of information, and kudos to you if you are doing that, because you're giving your kids the opportunity to discover life on their own. And what is life without discovery, without excitement? Everything will just be bleak and boring and have no point. So, where do we go from here? Personally, I don't think the answer is to run away from modern life. What I feel that we should concentrate on first and foremost is giving ourselves time to have a breather, a real pause, not for a minute, not for 2 minutes, not even for an hour. Let's let ourselves be bored. Being bored doesn't mean that you are lazy or make you less productive. Being bored doesn't mean that you can't achieve your goals or that you are late in life or that you are missing out. Being bored simply means just coming to terms with yourself, resetting your mind, resetting your brain, resetting your body, and having the opportunity to be refreshed. Give your mind a little bit of detox. To do that, it is important that we not seek distractions when we have those moments of, I have nothing to do, or I'm doing one thing and I just feel like I'm missing out, or I can do everything, I can fit everything in one, productivity and all of that. We have to think and we have to remember that we cannot run away from ourselves. No matter how distracted we are, eventually things will catch up to you in one form or the other. And when that happens, you want to be prepared with the right tools, because by resetting our brains, resetting our minds, we're also able to do the same with our bodies. And to do that, we have to choose tasks that will require us to concentrate on doing just one thing. This is also important because we need to normalize our dopamine levels. We all know what dopamine is. It's not just a buzzword. Our dopamine levels are always on a constant high. And if we don't get that back to normal level, we will never experience the same level of joy and the same level of awe that we experience every time we have something new that pushes that dopamine level upwards, right? So if it's always high up there, then that's our new constant and we'll never be happy. So we always need to reset in order for us to be able to hit that high again. Another thing that you can try to do, and that I also try to do, is just to get myself out there. Walking is not only good for your body, but it is also good for your mind. It's good for your brain, right? We are trying to be very healthy adults way into our senior years. The idea is for our future self to thank us, for our future self to also have a good and fulfilled life. So another thing that I do, instead of just watching TV series, I'm also watching documentaries, educational documentaries. I think those help your brain to be alert, and you will definitely learn something that you didn't know. Don't go for programs or content that only take a few seconds of your time. Go for things that take longer. You want to keep your brain focused on one thing, focused on the same thing for a long period of time. Your brain will thank you later. Trust me. So guys, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Until the next video, I'm Isabella. Ciao, ciao.